If you're struggling with a rotator cuff problem, then I have some amazing strengthening exercises for you today. And all you're going to need is a bar. Not just any bar, but a bar like this. You can do it with a wooden pole, a broom handle is really good, but it's going to be really simple in order to get your shoulders back into the best position and help with your rotator cuff. So my name is Dr. Jeremy Andrews. I'm a doctor of chiropractic here at West Chiropractic in Surrey, and we help people with chronic low back and knee pain avoid a lifetime of painkillers and surgery. So let me run you through exactly what we're going to do and who this is suitable for. So if you have rotator cuff pain, you may find it very painful to lift your arm up to the side like this, washing your hair like this, or trying to put your arm in a jacket like this. Those are all very typical signs of having any sort of rotator cuff pain, where you could have a grade 1 tear, which is a slight adhesion or some scar tissue building up where it's a tear in the actual muscle. You can still move it, but it is painful. Grade 2 is a more severe tear, and then grade 3 is a complete rip of the tendon. Now, grade 3 used to be immediate surgical replacement, but we're now finding that with proper rehab, you can actually get the shoulder back into a good position without having to have surgery. So let's go through some of these exercises. And like I say, all you need is a broom handle at home. I myself, obviously CrossFit geek, you've got my Rogue CrossFit bar here, but you don't need something like this. Just get a broom handle, it's absolutely fine. All right, so let's go through the first one. So the first one we are gonna do is gonna be some assisted mobility work. So essentially, mind the ceiling, you wanna make sure you're getting the bar like this, and this is actually a CrossFit move, okay? So we essentially get the bar like this. You can grip it with one arm like that, and you want to change your grip. So the grip comes around like that. Now let's pretend that this is the affected shoulder. The right one is the painful shoulder here. I put my arm onto like this, and I very gently just pull with my left hand like this. So what it does is it starts to stretch and mobilize the shoulder, and it's a really nice way to actually just glide the movement like this. It helps take a lot of pressure off the shoulder and keep that in a good position. Now, there's some guys on YouTube, you would have seen them, Bob and Brad. They modified this exercise where they actually bent forwards like this, and then they pulled it up even more, which meant that you could get a lot more range in the shoulder. And it's a really, really nice way to get a good stretch, internal rotation stretch all the way around. Now, if you look here as well, like this, that's a great stretch. You can hold it for a couple of seconds as long as it's not painful, and making sure your back is nice and flat. You don't want to be kind of rounding like this. Just make sure that back is nice and flat. You're bending through your hips, and then you're pulling up all the way through here. It's a great stretch through there. Okay, now the other one as well is a good CrossFit stretch. So hold the bar like this. Outside of your right arm, remember the right arm's the affected one. Hold it like this. Elbow comes in like this. And then we get the left one and we drive like this. So it forces that internal rotation. You can then move the arm like this. We can move it like that. We can move it like this. Oh, it's a great stretch. You see me from the side here? So remember to grip the outside, and then the inside shoulder comes in. So outside, inside of the elbow comes in like that, and then we mobilize like that. So this is number 2. Again, a great external rotation stretch. The other one is really good for a shoulder compression. So if you're finding it difficult to move like this, that's a really tricky thing to move up. You want to get the broom handle like this, pushing down into the broom handle to get some displacement of the humerus. So the humerus will gap, it's going to give you more space between the shoulder. And then very gently, just leaning into that. Make sure you're pushing down. And again, it's going to give you a nice stretch through your lat. It's going to take a lot of pressure off the shoulder as well, holding it like this. You want to do 30 seconds. Try and repeat 3 times through. Okay, so that's number 3. Okay, number 4 is putting the bar behind your back like this. Roughly just wider than hip width with your arms. And then just pulling like this. This one is medial rotation again. So we're doing that internal rotation. A great way to get some stretching through there. Hold at the top. And relax. 10 times through, 3 sets. Okay. There's number 5. So if you're struggling to get your arm across your body like this, again, this is the affected one. Hold them, again, just slightly wider than hip width. The left arm pulls, and it's going to just completely relax the right arm, pull the left arm. It's going to stretch all the way down through the back of the shoulder here. That's a great way to get a good stretch. Hold that, and then relax. And again, I call this ab abduction. Okay, so those are my top 5 exercises to help out with rotator cuff injuries. Now, there are different types of rotator cuff. So if I show you on here, this is a shoulder joint. So there's 4 different types of rotator cuff. You have the supraspinatus here, the infraspinatus here, you have the teres minor that comes around the back, and you have the subscapularis that comes across the front of the scapula here. So they all do slightly different things in terms of initiating that arm movement, going backwards and then going forwards. So you need to get a diagnosis in terms of which one is causing which to understand which exercises you should be doing. Because if you've got a supraspinatus that initiates the flexion like this, there's no point kind of doing these movements, going to put a lot of pressure onto the arm. You need to make sure that you're working this range here. Then you've got the infraspinatus, which attaches just around the middle here, but that does this movement, so it externally rotates. So anything that's going to stretch into that movement or going into a rotation and stretching, with the pole and pushing up, it's going to be a great exercise to work on that one. But you need to find out exactly which is the one that has the problem to understand which movements you should be doing. But all of those movements I just showed you, if they're not causing any pain, they're going to be great shoulder exercises anyway. Try and repeat them through 10 repetitions, 30-second holds. Try and do them for up to 5-10 minutes every single day. You should see a really big difference in your shoulder joint mobility and ability to actually move, sleep, get back to your normal day-to-day. So if you like the video, please hit the like button. Please subscribe to our channel for our weekly updates. And you can grab copies of my best-selling books here, How to Transform Your Back and The Secret Cure to Back Pain, How to Avoid a Lifetime of Painkillers and Surgery. See you soon.